My newsmaker of the year? That's easy. The You Can Play campaign.
If you can play, you can play.
If you can play, you can play.
If you can play,
you can play.
Since its launch, athletes from across North America have been signing on to welcome gay players to their teams and their locker rooms. With their focus on inspiring allies rather than shaming homophobes, the Berks may have found the perfect way to reach behind locker room lines to change a culture that underpins a lot of society's ongoing homophobia. And it's working. Just this month, the entire Toronto Marlies hockey team voluntarily signed up to sign a You Can Play pledge to welcome gay players to their locker room.
The Toronto Marlies pledge to support all of our coaches, teammates, and fans, gay or straight.
Then they invited their fans to join them, which they did. If you can cheer, you can cheer. We're cheering. The Vancouver Pride Society made headlines this year. In fact, they were in and out of the headlines through January, February, and March. They had a turbulent year. They got off to a rocky start with an annual general meeting in January that saw a very small board of directors get re-elected, which led to some questions about possible voting irregularities and ultimately led to one resignation and then another, and then a board too small to actually form quorum, so business couldn't be conducted for a while. And the membership got together and in March called for and held a special general meeting where they ousted the president and elected an interim board of directors to take over affairs, which they did. And things stayed relatively calm for a while. They pulled off Pride, despite some people's misgivings that too much time had been lost. They did it, they pulled it off, but they are now predicting a $76,000 deficit to end this financial year. So we'll see how Pride does in 2013. The Miss Universe Canada pageant made international headlines this year, but this time with a welcome trans twist. Vancouverite Jenna Talikova went up against the Donald and his franchise when he disqualified her for not having been born female.
We're from the queer press, and of course we've been following you, and you know, this is very exciting. Do you see yourself as part of the queer community or the gay and lesbian community? Where do you see yourself?
I see myself as part of every community, but definitely I have a strong, foot in that door with the LGBT community. I love them all. Majority of my fan mail is a lot from the LGBT community, and it'll always be a side of me because there's a lot of women in my situation, so I relate to them.
She was later named one of the Grand Marshals of the Vancouver Pride Parade for her courage and her effort to redefine beauty in people's minds.